Alright, so before the video starts, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing my full uncut reactions and the full length reactions, the link to my Patreon is in the description, and you'll also be able to see the reactions a few days or like a week early. So yeah, if you're interested in that, the link is in the description. But as for now, let's get straight into the reaction. Okay, so welcome back to another reaction on the channel. Today we're going to be continuing the Expanse and going on to episode 9 of season 2, the penultimate episode of season 2. I'm really excited to get straight into this episode. There's so much stuff that is happening so far on the show, and the past few episodes have just been escalating, and yeah, it's gotten to a point where each episode, it's just getting better and better pretty much, and I absolutely loved last episode and the episode before, especially the ending to episode 7. That probably is one of my favourite endings to any episode of the show. Like, that was just such a good episode to pick up the tension, and such a good way to end it, to obviously leave on that massive cliffhanger. Like, that was really good. Yeah, last episode was actually really good as well, because we was introduced to a new, like, type of storyline, I guess. We was introduced to this new character. He was like a biologist, I believe. I can't remember his name, but obviously he was on Ganymede when all the shit went down. And I forgot to mention that when in episode 7, when we saw Bobbie Draper look into the glass thing, we actually saw his daughter waving. We saw somebody waving like that, and of course that was his daughter. So yeah, I just thought it was a cool thing to mention. Obviously his daughter, he was with his daughter inside the like greenhouse on Ganymede. So obviously it's like a farming station, a joint UN and Mars like farming, well yeah, farming planet pretty much. And yeah, that entire glass, I guess it's like a greenhouse, a greenhouse is pretty much destroyed. Everything was smashed, everything was destroyed. But yeah, presumably his daughter is dead. Although we do have that entirely new storyline with that doctor guy. I can't remember his name, but there is this new doctor, guy who pretty much is very shady and knows a lot to him. Like, I can't remember the guy's name or the daughter's name, but he took the daughter like an hour before all the shit kicked off. So he knew that there was going to be like an attack. He knew that something was going to happen, and he somehow knew to take the daughter. And obviously, like, I don't know, it's really weird. And I'm pretty sure he's like a hydro clay. I have no idea. I'm definitely going to have to look back at that. I'll probably look back at that in a minute just to go over the episode to get a refresher, because pretty much all that stuff kind of went over my head. So I'm definitely going to have to go back on that and refresh myself pretty much. But yeah, we got all of that storyline happening, which was really good. We also had Fred Johnson, the OPA, and Anderson Dawes. That was such an amazing, like, this episode in terms of like the OPA, Anderson Dawes, Fred Johnson was absolutely amazing. Like, I really like as well how we didn't actually get any of Earth or Mars or any. Well, I guess we did have Bobbie Draper. No, we didn't. Actually, yeah, we didn't. We didn't have anything to do with Bobbie Draper. All we had was Taiko Station, the new character, and obviously like the OPA storyline. But yeah, last episode was incredible for the OPA. We had Anderson Dawes giving another amazing monologue. I swear to God, that guy is just amazing at giving like monologues and doing like speeches. Like, he is so good at acting. The guy who plays him, like, and yeah, that's making Anderson Dawes by far one of my favorite characters. Like, the way his character acts, the way his character is like portrayed, like, he is just such a good actor. And yeah, he's a really good character. I really do. Every time Anderson Dawes is on screen, he's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I really do like his character. But yeah, obviously Anderson Dawes recorded like a message saying about like Fred Johnson's secret weapon, and that obviously he's keeping it to himself. And yeah, that turned into like a little coup between all the OPA faction leaders. And yeah, it led to all that shit happening when we had like the guy who was with Miller in episode 2, Doors and Corners. Yeah, the guy who was like Miller's second in hand, I guess, in a way. He pretty much came in and shot the guard and was with these other people. And yeah, he said, Fred Johnson, give us the nukes, pretty much. And yeah, that was such a good scene, because Drummer, I can see why she's a fan favourite. Like, she was absolutely fucking amazing. Obviously, she got shot because that guy was just being a dickhead, the OPA faction leader. And then afterwards, when obviously Amos like turned off the oxygen and everyone got passed out and they breached, like, and they went back in there to get the people out pretty much. When she left, she literally like got a gun. She was literally shot. She was limping with Alex. Like, Alex was holding it. She was limping and she was like that. And then she pulled out a gun and shot the bastard. Like, that was such a good scene. That scene is amazing. And yeah, I can see why Drummer is a fan favourite. She's an absolute badass. That was such an amazing scene. And I said before, like, these guys need to die, man. Fuck them. And yeah, Drummer literally pulls out a gun. Pop, you're all dead. Like, that was such a good scene. Absolutely loved that scene, man. That was so fucking good. But yeah, now the Rocinante is on course to Ganymede. And we do actually have the guy as well, the new character guy, who is actually going to Ganymede as well to obviously find out what happened to his daughter. And yeah, when he was speaking to Amos said, yeah, well, that's a good reason. And I think it was last episode. Yeah, it was actually last episode 8. Yeah, what am I talking about? But it was actually episode 8 where we got Miller. No, Miller, what am I fucking talking about? We got Amos and Alex, which is really, really interesting about Amos's backstory. We like, because pretty much Alex, I don't know, okay, yeah, it was just Alex, like, asked Amos to help, and Amos was like, nah. Obviously, there was more to that, I can't remember what, but yeah, pretty much Alex got pissed at Amos, and then Amos went to, like, attack him, and then afterwards, obviously, Amos doesn't actually want to attack Alex, as he sees him, like, as a friend and the driver of the ship. But we could see, like, an Amos character, there's so much more to him. Like, he went through so much when he was younger. And, yeah, he's literally traumatized. There's something in his childhood that made him the way he is. And, yeah, Alex literally said, like, what happened to you, dude? Like, what actually happened to you? And Amos just pretty much teared up in the eyes. Like, that was such an amazing scene. Like, there's so much of Amos that we don't know about his backstory, what happened to him when he was younger. Like, it's all these different stuff that is so crucial to his character. Like, I really, really do want to find out more about him, because the past few episodes, that's really been, well, that started to be explored. Like, his, like, Amos's backstory and, like, the way he acts and the way, because obviously he's not really normal. Like, I mean, he is normal, but what I mean is, like, the way he views certain things, it's very... it's almost as if, like, something when he was younger happened in his childhood, obviously. Because obviously, in that episode when he was talking to James Holden about, like, the paedophile, like, you show a paedophile a picture of a boy, he tells you everything, or something like that. I really hope that didn't happen to Amos when he was young, man, although that won't explain it. Like, his lack of empathy, like, the way he strategically thinks about everything. Like, yeah, there's way more to Amos. I mean, I feel like I'm rambling, but I really, really am interested. Amos is probably the most interesting character. Well, not the most, for me, Pierre Mal is still up here. Like, he is the most intriguing, mysterious character on the entire show. And I feel like this episode, going into episode 9, we're going to see Earth, Mars, Avasarala, and obviously Pierre Mal again, and Eren, right, obviously. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see that dynamic again. Obviously, that one thing, that one scene with Avasarala is saying, I will literally destroy you, Mal. Well, obviously, she didn't say it to Mal, but she said to Eren, right, I will go after their kids. I will make them outlaws. I will take everything away from them. Like, Avasarala is a beast. She is a badass. You do not want to mess with her. So Eren, right, mate, you better fuck off, back to Mal, and yeah, I hate Eren, right, man. Yeah, although he is quite a good character, but yeah. Oh, okay, so this is the part that I found really interesting. Okay, so Holden and Naomi put their heads together to figure out how the proto-molecule ended up on Gamete. They find a protogen connection in one Dr. Lawrence Strickland, a pediatrician in a clinic on the station. They see a photo and identify one of the men with Stickland as a survivor at Tycho Station. Obviously, Dr. Prax Meng, but yeah, that's the guy. But yeah, that's the guy that I found really, really interesting, because he literally knew before the attacks that something bad was going to happen. So how did he know that? There's so much mystery surrounding his character, and yeah, I really look forward to finding out more about him. Like, what is his connection to all of this? Like, how did he know that there was going to be an attack? Does he know about the proto-molecule? Does he know about this species? Like, there's so much questions I have, and yeah, I can't wait to see what the answers are. Actually, I'll just read out this recap. So while Fred and Drummer have a disagreement about the refugee placement, Stas leads a group of Baltas to storm the control desk, aided by Eden, who appears to be the Tycho's crew member, leaking information to doors. Okay, so yeah, that was the guy in charge that I said is a dickhead. And no, Stas was the guy with the tattoo and the second hand for Miller guy, and the Eden guy was the guy on, like, the computer, like, who let him in pretty much and was leaking the information. But yeah, Fred and Drummer are taken captive as Stas demands a stockpile of nukes. Holden and Naomi find Dr. Prax Meng among the refugees and grill him about Strickland. Prax says that Strickland is merely his daughter's pediatrician. I cannot say that, but though he also calls him a gifted geneticist. That's what I thought was really interesting. A gifted geneticist. It's almost like this this proto-molecule, because it's all genetic, isn't it? So does he know about it? Was he working on it, like, independently? Did he know that this proto-molecule was coming to Gamete to attack the UN and Mars? Like, yeah, it's really, really interesting. Naomi takes Prax at his word, and in searching the footage from Gamete, they see Strickland take Mai out of the clinic. Prax realizes his daughter might be alive, begs Holden and Naomi to take him with them. So yeah, obviously Prax is now coming on the Rocinante to go to Gamete with obviously all our crew. So that is going to be really, really interesting and really fun to see all the dynamic, and obviously to find out what the hell are they going to find at Gamete. So yeah, Amos and Alex, obviously after that fight thing and all that, like that situation that I talked about earlier, they get like word that there's an active rebellion in progress on the station. Prax's conversation with Holden and Naomi is interrupted as the emergency situation is relayed to them. As Stas, the rebels, and Fred all begin to pass out, Fred is able to knock Stas's gun away from him. Yeah, that was such a cool scene. Fred Johnson is a fucking badass. I mean, he is the Butcher. He is known, obviously he didn't actually do this stuff. Well, he did, but he didn't know that they surrendered. But he is the Butcher. You don't want to mess with Fred Johnson. So that was such a cool scene that when, obviously, what's his name? Stas, when he was going to shoot Fred literally knocked it out. And yeah, mate, you ain't killing Fred. Nobody's killing Fred. I firmly believe that no one's going to get the upper hand on Fred after this. Like, Fred Johnson is just so... I don't know, I just really like his character. He's so trustworthy. I don't know, I really do like Fred Johnson. I can't really explain it, but I think he's a really good character. And, I mean, he's a badass, isn't he? So, yeah. Holden and Alex lead the charge onto the deck where they capture the rebels. Alex tends to Drummer's wounds first, but as he leads her away, she grabs his gun and shoots both Staz and Eden in the head, effectively ending the uprising. That was such a badass scene. Drummer is a fucking badass. Like, I can see why she's a fan favorite. After that, like, she is, I mean, obviously, I went for that, like, obviously I went for that at the start, but that scene was so good. She literally went pop pop. Like, she is such a badass, yeah. And that scene was just fucking, that was just an amazing scene. I absolutely loved that scene, man. In the aftermath, Amos welcomes Prax to the Rossi. Holden and Naomi pledge to not keep any more secrets. That's funny considering Naomi is keeping a massive secret, but anyways. Fred tells Holden that if he leaves to search for the proto-molecule on Ganymede without bringing back a sample, he won't be welcome back on Tycho. Holden expresses his doubts that Fred won't even be in charge when he gets back. So yeah, I have like a little theory, well not a theory, just a prediction that we're not going to see Tycho Station or Fred Johnson for ages now. We're going to see afterwards, once we go to Ganymede and get back, then we're going to see like the whole situation on Tycho, like what's changed, what's happened to Fred Johnson, maybe Anderson Dawes has taken over. There's going to be all these different things that I'm predicting are going to happen. And obviously, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what we're going to find on Ganymede. Are we going to find this proto-molecule species? Are they going to get like a sample of that? Are they going to discover like if there's another life? Well, obviously there is, but what I mean is, will they be able to find like where this proto-molecule species is from? Because I do have a little theory that the proto-molecule sample that Naomi has stored away in that torpedo, that is responsible for the species. But then again, how would that even be possible? So there must be another source of proto-molecule out there. So yeah, are they going to be able to triangulate that? Are they going to be able to find where it's from by getting like a sample of the species, if the species is there? And yeah, more about that guy, that Dr. Hang on, I go up. What is his name? Dr. Lawrence Strickland. More about Dr. Lawrence Strickland. He is so interesting. And yeah, I really can't wait to find out more about that guy and his connection to proto-molecule and obviously the geneticist. He is a gifted geneticist. So yeah, how does that play into all of it? Is he like independently researching the proto-molecule? Has he got a sample? Is that where it's come from? Has he accidentally released the species? I didn't even think about that. That could be the case. He could have accidentally created this proto-molecule species by like investigating it and experimenting. Maybe that is the case. Maybe that's what we find out. And maybe he's using Prax's daughter as like a host to see what's going to happen. I really hope not. But yeah, I really can't wait to see more about that guy, Dr. Lawrence, and obviously Prax's daughter and what we're going to find at Ganymede. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. I really want to get straight into this episode. I'm not sure how long this intro is. I think it's quite long. So yeah, this is going to be my reaction to The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 9, the penultimate episode of Season 2. Really, really excited to get straight into this. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Alright, so this episode is called The Weeping Somnambulist. I think that's how you pronounce the episode's title. I mean, why is it giving me titles like that? Come on, as if I'm going to be able to pronounce that. The Somnambulist. I think that's right. I think that is right. But, yeah, pretty much ignore all the stuff I said about this being a penultimate episode. There's actually 13 episodes in Season 2. So yeah, obviously this isn't the penultimate episode. But I'm not going to try to talk because this intro is so loud. But I just really can't wait to get... I just love this show, man. It's just amazing, isn't it? Relief ship. Oh, okay, it's a relief ship. That's the title of the episode. Okay, so the Weeping Somnambulist, whatever it's called, it's a relief ship on the way to Ganymede. Right.
Settle down, please.
Stop telling me to calm down. This is harassment.
It's a routine stop, nothing more.
Then why are they jamming our call?
Yeah, that could not be good. I think it might be a bit more than a routine stop. Routine stop. I wonder if this is James Holden and Rocinante. I mean, I doubt it, right?
Manifest and IDs, please.
Look.
Here.
I'm gonna have to search the rest of the ship.
Copy. You.
Oh, is it? That could be Amos and Holden, right?
Sure, let's waste some...
I'm not quite sure, because that did sound like Amos, so I don't know. Is this guy Amos? Maybe I'm just completely wrong about all of this. But yeah, Ganymede is actually the largest moon in the solar system. I was left a comment about that by one of my patrons. I didn't mention that in the intro, but yeah, it is massive. And obviously that explains why they use it for farming and stuff. And they built like massive glass domes, which you saw obviously being exploded. Apparently they're like 10 kilometers wide, so that is crazy.
There's no one else on board, I assure you.
We're gonna have to impound your ship.
That's outrageous.
Calm down.
No! Enough is enough!
Uh-oh.
Get the hell out of
Yeah, it is James Holden.
Are you all right?
Thought so.
Melissa.
It is our crew. Alright. That must be Amos now.
Wait. I know you. I've seen your face all over Sirius Station.
Yep.
You're James Holden.
Indeed he is. And that is Amos Burton. Of course it is.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, nice one, mate. You just blown your cover. Oh, okay, going to Earth, right. Bobbie Draper. I knew it would be this episode where we see the Earth and Mars, like, peace conference,
Earth's
like, all that
gravity
type of
is
stuff.
hell on the
Yeah, I have a feeling Bobbie Draper's gonna, like, go against everything. Like, she's to say what she really saw. So obviously that commander wanted her to say
No, sir.
that Mars attacked first, but we know it wasn't Mars. We know that. It's really cool. They have like a massive MC. Oh my god, that's really cool.
Venus was the end of Eros. I seriously doubt we'll find anything down there.
If we're lucky.
I have some drone surveillance of a Martian puking as soon as he steps out of his dropship. If you need a cheap laugh in the meantime.
Maybe later.
Yeah, Aaron, right, mate. You have
Time
no
for
clue what
diplomacy.
you're up against at all.
We should get going.
Covers his tracks very well. And if that ship does find something on Venus, Aaron Wright is not gonna tell you shit.
Yeah.
That's why I have an inside man.
I forgot the guy's name, but yeah, she is going to get all the information of what happened on Venus, like what they find, so that's going to be really interesting. But of course, Aaron Wright's not going to tell Chrisjen all the information. He's going to relay it back to his buddy Pierre Mao, and... Yeah, this is Janus. I don't know what I was talking about. This guy is Janus.
The J silent.
So it's Colonel Amos?
No, do not listen to that guy, whoever this guy is.
You know, I don't mind saying
definitely not his name.
Excited about all this. When I was little, I was. You're a very intelligent man. Oh, hey, thank you. But you seem to think that everybody else around you is stupid. Just some. Just because you can't figure something out doesn't make it magic. What do you think Eros left behind on Venus? Little gray humanoids with big black eyes who've come to turn us into food? I'm astonished that Australia didn't kick you out of her office.
Well, you know, just between the two of us, she's kind of got a thing for me, right?
Earth and Mars are mobilizing for
yeah,
war as we speak. They have
this
better
is
weapons
Avastalaris
than
inside
Eros
guy.
was one of them.
Venus orbit. I don't know why we didn't see this before.
Must be a stealth. From the drive signature, probably a destroyer.
Oh shit.
They were waiting for us.
Huh. Alright. They was waiting. But why?
I've not seen any changes in the MCRN Ganymede patrols, and doesn't look like we've attracted any attention so far.
Good. Well, at least we got that much right. Keep a close watch.
I always do.
Not my first rodeo, Chief.
Boy, this ship is a grade A piece of shit.
Yeah, that is so interesting. Dr. Lawrence Strickland. What was he doing with Meng Mai, his daughter? What was he doing? Was he keeping her safe, or was he actually taking her to do some bad shit with her? I don't know.
You didn't answer me when I called.
Cap said.
Am I a prisoner?
I don't think so.
And I have the right to know why.
That is not very reassuring, Amos.
I'm not going anywhere until you tell me.
No. I mean, to be fair, it is justified. He wants to send a message to, obviously that woman that got killed's daughter or family, I suppose. But
sorry we weren't able to land you at night and spare you the shock of our...
It's nice to be having an actual
this is so
conversation
interesting.
instead of trading recordings for once.
It would have been even nicer if you had met us halfway.
Fleet.
Maybe you could tell them when our ships get to Jupiter. It won't take long.
We're looking forward to it.
The reason we're here is to prevent a war.
Not
Let's
to start one,
by
yeah.
remembering the fallen.
So the issue at hand is de-escalation. Let's get right to it.
Oh, wow, Aaron Wright. Absolute dickhead. Bobbie Draper, okay.
573 declination is locked in.
To all vessels in the area, this is the UNS Arbogast. We are an unarmed research vessel on a scientific mission, as is our right under the Venus Accords. Any interference with our operations may be considered an act of war. Arbogast out.
So interesting what they're going to find on Venus, though. There's so much possibilities that I can't even make a prediction. It's crazy. Like, I think obviously they're going to find errors, but there's so much. It's so interesting.
Out of the clinic an hour before the battle started. If he's still on Ganymede,
right, let's see this.
I believe we'll find your daughter.
You can stop pretending to care.
Yeah, no, I mean that's something you should be as well.
That what really moved Eros?
Something you should do. Tell people about your little secret.
Our own eyes.
Fuck's sake, man. That's gonna piss me off so much if she keeps.
But if it is there, the threat could be.
Pediatric care is state of the art. The moment Dr. Strickland saw her, he knew exactly what was wrong. He gave her regular injections. He kept her alive.
That can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
That proto crap and a genetic disease.
Exactly, yeah. Literally.
We'll ask Strickland when we find him.
Geneticist. He is a geneticist. This proto-molecule is like a genetic...
How are we supposed to find
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, the first step is getting there.
Strap in for a max burn up and out.
With every torpedo that every MCRN ship in orbit can launch, heading straight at us.
That's your plan.
This guy is like, what have I got myself into? Yeah. Let's hope it works. Knowing our cruise look, probably not going to work, but gotta have faith, eh? But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Draper's going to say. I don't know whether to refer to her as Bobbie or Draper. I think Bobbie's a bit better, but yeah, what is she going to say? Is she going to say the truth that she saw the UN running at her and then there was a seventh man, or is she going to go along the bullshit that Mars attacked first? I think she's going to say the truth. I think she will. I don't think she's going to say all this bullshit and lie. I really don't. And that's so cool, man. I love all the futuristic tech in the show. I mean, I've said that since the first episode, but it's so good.
Sergeant Draper.
Sir, my fire team was assigned to patrol the MCR.
Right, Aaron Wright knows about the proto-molecule, so maybe he realised that she saw that.
Shortly after the
maybe that's what's going to happen.
Our support ship went into comms blackout. We observed movements on the UNN line approximately 2 kilometers distance and weapons fire. The UN Marines appeared to be charging our position.
So you're saying that we opened fire on you?
No, sir. We were out of contact with our ship and unable to confirm, and at the time, our comms were jammed on the field.
Is it possible that your Marines were testing their gear or conducting some sort of training exercise?
It's possible. We also had lost contact with our unit.
The UN Marines crossed 500 meters, which would have put them on our side of the zone. They were closing in on us fast. We mistook a training exercise as an active engagement and opened fire without orders.
Chrisjen knows that's bullshit. She has like a bullshit detector. She can tell.
The responsibility is mine.
The battle on the surface is what precipitated the battle in orbit. That's what devastated Ganymede Station. That's on you too.
According to our investigation, it was Private Richard Travis that fired the first shot.
He was born on Earth. His parents emigrated to Mars when he was a child. He'd had some discipline problems.
I'm pinning that on him.
Which suggest he might have been trying to prove that he was more Martian than Earth.
Chrisjen, no, she's gonna mention something. Chrisjen, please speak out loud and ask.
I appreciate your candor.
Fuck off, Aaron Wright.
Thank you,
Shut up.
Sergeant Draper.
Chrisjen, come on.
Change what happened, but we can move forward in the effort of peace. Ganymede Station is an important food supply outside of Earth and Mars.
See, Chrisjen knows. Yeah, she knows.
To leave it crippled. We're willing to discuss reparations.
Chrisjen is such a good character. She is so aware. She literally has a bullshit detector. If anyone's lying to her, yeah, she knows, mate. Aaron Wright, Mal, now Bobbie Draper.
Crap about Travis. Why didn't you tell me they were going to say that?
Because I knew you'd react like.
Travis was a good soldier!
I guess so. I mean, I guess it just stopped a war, because if Bobbie Draper said the actual events, it would have just, like, raised so much questions and mysteries that there are no answers to. So, I guess in one aspect that she has prevented a war, but still, Chrisjen knows that it's bullshit. She is so good at detecting bullshit and knowing when things just aren't quite right. And yeah, I think we're going to see Bobbie Draper and Chrisjen interacting. Alex is lasagna, let's go.
I really put my foot in this batch, partner.
Come on, Amos, you got to try some. Come on, mate.
Like you be careful down there, Earther.
Careful up here, Martian.
Man, I love Amos.
You too.
Alex is like the dad of the group in a way. Like, he makes lasagna, he gathers everyone around. Oh, you gotta love Alex, man. Such a good character.
See you soon. Somnambulist out.
You're gonna get us all killed.
You've heard that before. We got the Canterbury, we got the Donegal, we've got Aerostation. Yeah, we've got loads of this shit, and our crew survived, so I think our crew are gonna prevail and
61.5% of the cost to repair the
look out alive.
orbital mirrors.
We're going to need a statement from your government accepting responsibility.
You're not gonna get one.
Never hurts to ask.
God's sake,
then,
Aaron,
so we're done.
One last thing.
Yeah, come on, Chrisjen, mention
I'd
it.
like to speak to Sergeant Draper again. I have a few questions. Just little things I need her to clarify.
Nice.
Madam, this has been an exhausting session.
I find it hard to believe that a Martian Marine would be fatigued from sitting in a chair. We all came here in the hopes that we could begin to trust each other. And it would be regrettable to undo the progress we've made over something as trivial as this.
Oh, yeah. Chrisjen is not playing around, mate. That's going to be so interesting to see them two
Sergeant Draper.
interacting. Oh, well, here we
My
go.
family has a long tradition of military service. I'm sure yours does too.
All Martians serve.
Oh, I know. But it's compulsory. Tell me, if you could choose, would you still serve?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I want to do my part to make Mars a new Earth.
An entire nation dedicated to a common goal. To turn a lifeless rock into a garden. A dear friend told me that. He wanted to retire to Mars, but he died.
Yeah, Frank de Graaf. Yeah, you know all about him, don't you? Aaron, right?
In this building, it's easy to forget.
With all due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like.
Oh, yeah, shut up. Sit down. Well, I mean, you are sitting down, but yeah, shut up.
Parents, they believed in your dream. They gave up everything to go to Mars, to provide a better life for their only son. I'm sure Travis believed in that dream as well.
He did.
Were other Martians prejudiced against him for being from Earth?
Yep, as we saw.
Yes.
Was he a good soldier?
She's not going to throw Travis under the bus because she really respected him and thought he's a good soldier. So, yeah, she's going to tell the truth here.
The training that made him, as you said, one of your best soldiers. Do you believe, after all that hard work, that Travis would jeopardize the lives of his fellow soldiers?
She's to say
by
no.
Foolishly jumping the gun?
No,
No? Then why would he open fire without orders? Did he panic?
I don't know. He...
Then why did he fire?
Well,
What was the reason?
we thought we were under attack.
Under attack? So you were fired upon?
No, he was trying to kill the enemy. I didn't even know what it was. Nobody did. He wasn't wearing a vac suit.
Sergeant Draper has been through a severe traumatic event. She needs to rest.
Whoever the fuck you are, stand down and let her speak.
Oh my god.
Unless there is something you really want her
Chrisjen
to say.
is a badass. I love her character. And Erin Wright looked shocked then when she mentioned there was no vac suit. Holy shit. Okay, this is going to get real interesting now. Now the cat's out the bag. What if the rabbit's out the bag? I don't know what they're saying is, but yeah.
What made you open fire?
Come on, say everything now, Bobbie Draper. Come on. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, well, I guess she has to go with Mars, but...
The Martians are giving us a fair berth?
Yeah, I really thought that she was to say everything then. But I guess Yeah, she can't really, can she?
How much
But
food would
Chrisjen
you
was onto something. She knows she's onto something. And Aaron Wright looks shocked then. He knows something as well.
That's not an equation. That's just a big fat yes.
It suggests there are over 36 million advanced civilizations out there doing all kinds of things that we just don't understand.
If that were true,
that's amazing, man. This guy is actual genius, isn't he?
Not necessarily. Space is a big, empty place. We might be too far apart, or perhaps they're just broadcasting the signals for too short a time.
How can?
Well, I prefer to think that intelligent life can choose not to.
More magical thinking.
Colonel, stop. Hold it. Go in on that.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Jesus.
Oh. Wait, no, I gotta go back on that. I feel like I missed that. Wait, hang on. Go back on that. Eros Impact Crater, okay.
Jesus.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that the protomolecule now? Is that like a crater, like where it is? Is that like where the protomolecule life is?
The presence of biological compounds in the air above the crater. Life in an environment that melts lead. It should be impossible.
Eros changes everything.
Oh, okay. That's sustaining this life, this new protomolecule life, alright.
Like a soldier on Ganymede without a suit.
Yeah. Just like that protomolecule species. Alright, that's just got really, really interesting. My god. Yeah, just hide away there for a little bit. Have a little rest, Rossi. You deserve
Give me a
it.
continuous track on every ship on Ganymede, and keep your ears peeled. Monitor every MCRN band and broadcast. I want to know if there is anything that affects traffic going in and out of that station.
Is something going to happen to Rossi and Alex? I don't know.
Somnambulist, you are clear to dock.
After we land, Locomotive will come on board. Take 10% of our cargo.
What are they going to find here on Ganymede? It's going to be really interesting. There's so much. There's Ganymede going on, and there's also Venus. The two, like, discovery. Like, we're exploring and finding out what has happened to both of them this episode. Oh, yeah, it's these assholes who are taking 10% of their stock. Amos, mate, go after him. Come on. Come on, Amos and Holden.
Yep. You're gonna like this, boss. Rice and beans and medical supply.
Oh, you dickheads. Absolute dickheads.
Take 20. Skim the best. But these supplies, they're desperately needed.
Yeah, by us. See, this time, we're taking all of the cargo and the ship. Weeping Somnambulist.
Come on, Amos, mate. Shoot this guy. This guy's fucking...
Thinking of naming her after her.
This guy's such a bad character.
You're funny.
Not bad character.
Most
Such a
people are
bad
just gonna
guy.
shoot
He's
this
pissing
of
me
us.
off.
And this slab of meat, I think he had a sense of humor chemically removed. Now, are you gonna call the harbor master and get his clearance to leave?
Yeah, this guy is such a dickhead.
right,
Oh my god. Yes, come on! Shoot him! Nice! There we go. Nice. Yeah, don't mess with Amos, mate. That's what you get, fucking dickheads. That is what you get when you cross Amos and Holden.
Jesus.
Oh, let me guess, one of them's been shot. Yeah.
They were gonna kill you. We had to do something.
All clear.
Sorry. Naomi, the cockpit's wrecked. See if you get the flight controls back up.
Okay, please.
Go! Or I'll call the harbor master, or the Martians, or whoever it takes to make you leave! Get off my ship! Go!
For once, we're actually seeing them as the bad guys. Like, in that scenario, yeah, they're not the good guys in that scenario. I mean, to be honest, if they didn't, though, they might have just killed both of them. So, I still think they did the right decision. But, yeah, really good episode. So, yeah, that's my reaction to Season 2, Episode 9 of The Expanse. Another really good episode. But, yeah, that ending was just very different from what we usually get, because usually, like, the Rocinante and our crew are the ones who are saving people, but in that scenario, they've just killed an innocent person, and without them getting on that ship, that guy probably would have survived. I mean, obviously, you could say that them two guys would probably have killed, well, the woman and the man, obviously the man, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that kind of introduced us to something we've never seen. Like, so far, we're just seeing the Rocinante and our crew as the good guys. The guys that are looking out for the entire solar system, going on expeditions, saving the world pretty much. But yeah, it's just really interesting seeing like our crew from that perspective. Because from the perspective of that woman, they've just killed her husband. I believe it's her husband. But yeah, they've just killed her husband. So yeah, are they really doing a good thing after all? I don't know if I'm just talking shit, but yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting point to make. But yeah, this episode, obviously, we was back with the UN and Mars, and obviously the peace conference with Avasarala. Well, just all the people from Mars, the ambassadors, obviously from Earth, Ehrenreich. So yeah, obviously we had that entire, like, well, scene with Bobbie Draper coming in and saying her side of the story. I honestly thought at one point, like, obviously when the story was first told, obviously Bobbie Draper lied, said that that they attacked first and that it was a train. They obviously mistook it for a train exercise. But yeah, Chrisjen is such an amazing character, man. She literally has a bullshit detector. If you lie to her, mate, get out of it. You are not getting away with lying to Chrisjen. She is so aware, and she's just such a brilliant character. She knows when people are lying to her. And yeah, I mean, we've seen it with Ehrenreich and now obviously Bobbie Draper. She knows that something just isn't quite right, and obviously she asked for her to come back. When she kept questioning, I really thought Bobbie Draper was going to say that, like, what's called that, the Earth people was running away from this creature, the seventh man, and to actually tell Mars and Earth the entire story, to say what actually happened. But yeah, I mean, she actually did. She said that, yeah, it was a person with no suit on. There was a thing with no suit on. And now Ehrenreich and Chrisjen, well, especially Ehrenreich was shocked. It's like he knows way more. Like, he knows that, shit, maybe that's a protomolecule. And obviously at the end, when they found out about what happened on Venus, like this protomolecule crater now, that's pretty much like, it's got life. Somehow it's living on Venus like this. I think it was like surviving off lead or something, lead in the air. It's adapted to its environment, and the protomolecule is still alive. Like, what? That is crazy. But obviously then at the end, Chrisjen was saying, yeah, obviously Chrisjen was talking to the guy on Janus, and she was saying, like, all it takes is arrows to shift the balance, or a guy, or like a species with no suit on Ganymede. So yeah, obviously she's putting the dots together. I have no doubt that Ehrenreich's putting the dots together. He's going to go report off to PML probably and say that, yeah, there's probably a protomolecule species on Ganymede. But yeah, that was such like a shocking moment when she said that. You could see the faces of Ehrenreich and Chrisjen, like they was like, what the fuck? And yeah, that was just such a good scene. Like, Chrisjen went off on everybody. Like, she was getting the truth. She went off on the main ambassador, like the Ehrenreich version of Mars, and also Bobbie Draper's commander. Like, that was such a good scene, man. Chrisjen is such a good character. She's definitely one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love her character. She's so good. But yeah, we also have all that mystery surrounding that Dr. Lawrence Strickfield, I believe his name was, and obviously Prax's daughter, Mao, I think, or it's M-I-E, so Mao, or Me, it's one of them. But yeah, there's so much mystery around this guy, because he took Prax's daughter before the attack. Like, he knew something was going to happen. He took his daughter like an hour before the actual attacks. Like, he knew it was going to happen. So what I'm leaning towards is that obviously Prax has said that this Lawrence guy, is a gifted geneticist. So maybe he was experimenting on the protomolecule. Maybe he was investigating it and studying it, and he accidentally created like a protomolecule species. Maybe that is what that thing we saw. Maybe that's what it is. And maybe he is directly responsible, and obviously he knew that this species had got out, so maybe he ran to save Prax's daughter, Mao. Maybe he did that on purpose, or maybe he's now using Mao to experiment on her and to investigate the protomolecule by like maybe injecting her with it or something. I don't know, but there is a lot of theories I have surrounding that guy and the mystery, and I definitely think he's got something to do with the protomolecule. 100%. There's definitely some connection there because obviously it was on Ganymede. This protomolecule species was on Ganymede, and this guy is a geneticist. So yeah, there is definitely a correlation and a connection between them two, and I feel like we'll probably find out next episode what the hell that is. Obviously episode 10. But yeah, this episode going into it, I actually said that this is the penultimate episode of season 2. Well, turns out there was actually 13 episodes of season 2. So yeah, obviously it's not the penultimate episode, and yeah, it's really strange how there's 13 because last season was 10, and yeah, I presume that they just do 10 episodes each season. But yeah, I just presume that they do 10 each season, but yeah, they've done 13 for some reason, which is very strange. But yeah, I'm all for it. We're getting more of the Expanse. What's not to love about that? So yeah, obviously the penultimate episode will be episode 12, and then the final episode 13. So yeah, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to them episodes, and obviously continuing season 2. Like this season so far has had some of the best episodes and some of the best plot, stories, characters, everything. Like, I'm so excited to see more drama. I don't think we'll see the Tiger Station for a while, but I can't wait to see more of Anderson Dawes, Fred Johnson. There's so much to the story of the Expanse that it's just amazing, man. I absolutely love this show, and yeah, it's really, really good. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I wanted to mention. I think I'm going to end my reaction here. So yeah, that's been my reaction to the Expanse season 2 episode 9. Really, really good episode. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, as always, cheers for watching. Goodbye.